Alright, I assure you there's a logical reason for all this. Including for Pester being stuck there forever in that corner.
Hello. Chocolate cash melting in your
So
pocket.
let's start putting down
I'll
some
take
tiles
it.
to
I'm
cover
not
up all
fussy.
the snow now that is now there to prevent the
So that
Zumbugs from leaving their enclosure. I want this at least 2 thick in these areas. Which means they're going to have a lot of this stuff though, which is kind of a pain. In fact, this is in general a lot of tile. Which may be an issue if I want to keep using this strategy, because I only have so much tile I can place. I might actually get close to or even hit the limit right now.
take your time. You'll clean me out. Let's pay for this lot, and then you can carry on. I might see how. Don't.
It's annoying to me too, the game doesn't let you, this game's way of counting how much you have of different, things you're only allowed a limited amount of. It's kind of weird. Like, lanterns of loot count as light sources even though they don't produce light, which is really annoying. Weird stuff like that. So in theory now, I can fill all this up with long grass. And you would never know there's snow underneath these unless you look between the cracks, because they're not very well aligned for some reason. This game being kind of strange on the polish sometimes. The tiles just don't line up. Like, but leaving that aside. Interesting that that's where the Ponakis decide to say. You'd think it'd be by the gym tree, the Ponaki, Unicorns. You'd think it'd be by the gym tree that they like. Seemingly not. I'm not worried about money, so I'm not taking the time to actually knock off the fruits or anything. Whoops. I don't want that to actually accidentally become a thin area that they can walk through. So we'll see how well this works. Here they come though. So what am I doing? Here come the Zumbugs for today. We'll see if they stay in their enclosure. So far that's worked fairly well. With the smaller enclosure, so this shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, look at this, they actually have a decent amount of space and it feels so much more open. Decent by Viva Piñata standards, of course, but... And if I make sure the unicorns are not messing around with them... and tempting them to go elsewhere... and I could charge out of the enclosure, I think we'll do even better. So I think that seems to be the one thing that gets them to leave the enclosure sometimes. It's when they see the unicorn and run over to them to fight them. Yeah, so the unicorn needs to not be over here. Huh? Oh, I mean, okay. That's thankfully a rare occurrence. As little sense as it makes. And considering that all Piñatas in this game are ranged fighters, I guess it's not too surprising that can happen. If I master romance these guys, I don't think I will though. But I need to romance them once. If I master romance these guys, then which I don't think I will. I'd need to worry about space, but I think I'll just have 2 of these guys. But I'll breed them once first. These ones I also want to come up with an enclosure for though. Maybe I can't move this thing, can I? What's the point of even being able to pack stuff if you can't pack the majority of things you want to pack? Supposedly that reduces fights. I'm not sure how well it actually works though. But let's put down a Tunicorn House.
What brings you in here, Gov? I guess you want some building work.
Ideally not immediately up against the Zumbugs though, although it's looking like that's kind of what's happening. I'm not really sure how to make this work spatially. Again, I don't want these guys adjacent to the Zumbugs. But like, I don't know how much space they're even gonna have here. If I do this, we can try this and see what happens. I don't know if I found any surface these guys won't go on though. Like, will they go on sand? I might have to use a fence for these guys, in which case... Yeah, they seem to have no problem with it. So in that case, I would have to use a fence for these guys. Which I have fencing now, but the problem is that... Like, this is a bit too close to make that work. But I want to have space for the Ponakis too. Also, if some of the Piñatas don't hate each other, like I don't know if it's Ponakis just like some bugs, I could let them share an enclosure here, in theory. I'm certain that Chinicorns do not get along with Mustachios, though. They evidently don't get along with some bugs. We'll see if there's any other combination of Piñatas that get along well, like Ponakis and some bugs or Chinicorns. Ponies in real life are known for being pretty irritable, though, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Ponakis hated all the other equines just as well. This is not your territory. Do not go on someone else's home and pick a fight with them. Seriously. I could even just have... So again, if the Ponakis get along with the Zumbugs, I could just have one fence along all of here. Or something like that, but then that would mean you can't have a Chunicorn expand this way. But that's okay. I was thinking I'd probably have Ponakis occupy this space, but that doesn't leave too much space for the Chunicorns, unless I like really narrow the walkway here, which is, I guess, fine. That's still a lot of space for the Ponakis. Might have to shrink the Zumbug space a little bit. We'll have to see. Yeah, though Pester is our bodyguard. That's why nobody bothers us anymore. Except maybe ruffians, but we can get a cutlass to take care of that. I also know if I can put the cutlass next to this guy. I don't think I can put it next to Pester, but it would be kind of funny. Oh yeah, front is just like clouds. I might not keep this house anyways. Rainbow gems, that's really straightforward actually. I don't think it looks good here. So yeah, I'll probably give them like space around here in an enclosure. But I'm going to need a fence for it. I don't think they'll break fences.
I've always got a smile for you, as long as you always have chocolate coins for me.
I could be wrong, but
You're back?
we can try. I hate I can't put fences in certain places like that, but that's a start. Preventing the Chinicorns from doing anything annoying. It's about time I get those Ponakis to appear too. I have not fully enclosed the unicorns,
I
but
knew extending the opening hours would pay off.
I will once I breed them, and I'll get rid of their house. But I want to see if the Bonakis start fights with anyone.
That's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You just need 10 flowers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. It is weird how when you try to fill a hole, like the hole filling animation with your shovel plays, and then after that, I wonder if you can block someone with flowers. And then after that, the hole still gets filled with dirt on its own for a couple of seconds. It's kind of weird. Yeah, see, these guys are perfectly willing to walk over there. I was hoping I'd discourage them a little bit, having a Spencer, but not really if they're perfectly willing to walk across this. I don't know. But this would probably be kind of weird to some... Are you serious? You have a house. If somebody just saw this garden, though, without knowing how it's working, it'd probably be kind of weird just seeing these tiles that these zombugs just refuse to walk across. I like that. It's not realistic in any capacity or anything, but it is an accomplishment of some sort. I think these might stay watered because it's raining. In which case, I might never have to water anything ever right now. Alright, so let these grow. Oh, there we go. I think we should have a polycape here in a second now. Nice, I thought those were the only 2 requirements. There may be another. Let me check real quick. You can hear this guy from so far away. Okay. Ponakis will start fights with unicorns, or statues, and zombugs. Okay, we cannot have a shared space between them. That's unfortunate. Oh well. 10 flowers. Okay, and the only other requirement is grass. So these guys should appear now. I have 10 flowers. I have 10 carrots. And I have grass. It might have to be daytime for them to actually appear. I'm not sure. In which case, we're stuck waiting here for a few more minutes. Should start cleaning up some of the rest of the stuff here, though. There's not much point anymore to having dirt here anywhere. This is a nice, at least somewhat sculpted kind of garden now. The weird thing is the Pester's doing different animations now than they did at first, because he would do the weird like cartoony, like jumping up and like trying to scare someone or something type of animation every now and then. Also, he's further away than he used to be from the garden. But he doesn't do that anymore. Some of these animations I recognize, like that one. But yeah, he's actually pretty far away from the garden. It's kind of weird. Oh yeah, I was going to put down a cutlass. Maybe just like keep it behind the house or something. I don't know if I have space for that, but... just a hidden threat at the ruffians. I haven't seen any ruffians in a while, for that matter, but...
I can turn it all into profit. There's...
It actually takes up like no space. And the collisions on this house are really reasonable. The sword's back here, just in case we ever need it. Sweet. What are the unicorns up to? Fantastic. The inside looks just like the other equine houses. Interesting. Okay, though. The Poniki should appear. Once they appear, I'll say that's it for this week's recordings. But here I am. I'm waiting. There was at least one occasion before, I think, where it took a long time for Piñata to appear for some reason. Raising it. What are you doing here? No! It's not allowed. No! Ah, that gets the Piñata. That's the thing I need to stop. I need the Piñatas to not be dragged over like that. Okay, go back to your side, please. Okay, Poniki, good. Finally, we can do something about that fence. That one almost makes sense. But it's a gate. Just open the gate. Right?
The Ponaki is quite fussy, requiring fresh grass, crunchy carrots, and a bunch of flowers. Well done for getting it to appear.
Just open the gate. It's a gate. It's made to be opened. That's its function. Into candy canes. Why not just open or remove the gate? Daisy. Just interesting that it says specifically, or any kind, but if you click on it, it goes specifically to a daisy. I guess I actually need to keep all of these things so they come in. That's annoying. Whatever. Okay, so are you going back to your home? Or are you just gonna like suffer forever now that you're in this strange foreign land covered in snow? You just want to start a fight instead. Move, Unicorn, jeez. Come on. Just go anywhere else. Anywhere. They refuse. Not in there. Go home. You go home too. Yeah, notice that Piñatas walk really slowly on surfaces they don't like. That's very interesting. They're just picking fights. Like, they live for nothing more than to start fights. They are scared to death of snow, but they'll still walk on it at least a little bit if it means that they can try to punch in the face of someone they don't like. Come on! There. Okay, so as long as we can get these unicorns to stay out, we'll be good. But we're going to need to enclose the unicorns to do that. We're going to want to master romance the unicorns too. Okay, temporarily, let's have an actual fence. It's possible they'll break this, but
Here's one of my
I can replace it
favorite
if
money
they do.
bags.
Have something stronger.
Customers. So that.
But temporarily, let's have an extra fence here. There we go. So now these guys won't cause issues there, but these guys are staying in, which is really nice. I like that this works. And I do think it's good that I have 2 wide snow here instead of just 1. I didn't need it on this side, but it just looks more natural, I think, if it's fully enclosed. Anyways, only thing I want to do this episode before I head on off is Bart has to exchange a fence for some reason, I guess.
Have we met?
No.
I remember. You'd like me to transmogrify some troublesome tin railings for you?
I know it's random.
I'd be delighted. And rest assured, the matter will be dealt with just as soon as I can clear sufficient space on my calendar.
It's not tin, it's iron. Oh, do I have to wait for him? Okay, nice wait. He got here a lot faster than he gets to my garden. For anything else. Make a weird... That's not candy canes. I feel lied to. They look so cheerful, and yet they hate everything.
Being trapped on that path will make the chirpy little Pinocchio sad. Thank goodness you foiled Professor Pester's evil scheme, so now we can visit your garden.
And fight with everyone. I am gonna have to lock these guys up and or lock up the unicorns or something, or just not make these guys residents yet. We'll see.
Another of my brilliant plans ruined? I have no regrets!
Why do you only bother to say that now? He says that as if, like, I just happened to clear out any old random obstacle, but I cleared out all of them now, I think. That's what gives you the credits? Weird. Also, thanks for putting in the effort to voice act that. Okay. Oh. No. Nice unicorn. Are you... No! That is not allowed! My god. I can't actually block this off. No. What is with these piñatas and being motivated purely by hatred?
Hi there.
There's
Get in,
no
get
stronger
spending,
force than
then
hatred in
get-
Viva
No,
Piñata.
only joking. Take your time.
I guess that's just the story of this game. Hatred conquers everything. It does for these piñatas, and it certainly does for me, as I continue on my quest to extinct all piñatas from existence by master romancing them and then putting every single last piñata on the bounce board. Again, my end goal in this game is still to master romance every piñata. Not literally all of them, but effectively all of them. And then put them all on the bounce board and just enjoy a garden that is literally nothing but things that are not piñatas. That is my mission. Piñatas hate each other and I hate them too. And for that reason, I'm going to put down a little flower. Take that, unicorn. Sign of my testament for you. So dumb. Okay. That's a start. In theory, they could also walk around this side. We'll have to see. Or just walk around that flower too, actually. Anyways. Pester makes noises, but it's a nice thing to have in exchange for never having ruffians or Pester ever. He's a good, not really bodyguard, but like bouncer or whatever. We have the Piñata bouncer, which is in the form of a board, and we have the ruffian bouncer in the form of Pester. He works for us now. Okay, cool. So next time we'll start romancing some unicorns, I suspect. Super easy to get them to romance. Just need to tinker a few things. And then I'll master romance them, get them to never ever appear again. And then I think I'll go for the Pontikis only after that. I might just sell all the carrots and flowers I have right now. They grew super quickly, were super cheap, so it'd be easier just to get the unicorns all dealt with and locked up first. Oh yeah, so I have all this stuff now. How strange. I don't know why that's what gives me credits, but whatever. Okay, I'll see everyone next time. Everyone, we're getting closer and closer to finishing things, but still not there. Oh well. I'm liking this garden kind of, actually. It feels like I've actually, for once, to some degree, actually succeeded in making a garden follow a particular theme, kind of. If I had to do some weird creative ways of doing so. But they don't feel too stupid and hacky. I actually do kind of like the solution I came up with Piñatas not covering certain terrain. And using things I learned about the game. Mechanics. It's awesome. Bye, everyone.